show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead has returned to your screens, your social media, that is. It's all things football, the very much anticipated blockbuster Kaiser Chiefs versus Mamelodi Sundowns. All things football brings you an exclusive. Good afternoon, welcome to it. This is your all things. This is all things football. My name is Apiwe Roto. This is the delayed broadcast. We're not live, by the way. Remember to like and subscribe on the Amavahoto network if you enjoy the show. On to our news making headlines. We start with we bring it home locally with Amazulu, who have signed Richard Ofori, the former Orlando Pirates goalkeeper, and Richard Ofori. Now, the Orlando Pirates shortstopper, was one of the five players that were released at the end of the season. Uh, at the end of the season, alongside other players included Kermit Erasmus, who is now a free agent, Fortune Makarenge, who's at Cape Town City, while Vincent Bole is now plying his trade with Supersport United, and alongside Cameroonian and Sayabu Amaru. Suyaibu Maru. 30-year-olds also attracted interest from the continent and abroad, namely an Tanzanian Giants, Tanzanian Premier League side, Tanzanian Premier League side, Simba, which did not the side which is currently coached by our very own Fadlu Davids. However, that did not transpire. Currently underway, currently we just concluded a game between Man City and Newcastle. Game which has ended in a 1-0 draw. Game which has ended second successive draw for the champions. On to our news making. We're going to on to our this to another story. Now, as we still talking on this, we're still on the Ofori, the 30-year-old attracted interest as we were saying from the continent and abroad. However, the work contract at Simba fell through. The deal at Simba did not materialize. And he is no stranger to KZN, having plied his trade for uh, having plied his trade at Maritzburg United. On to our other news. Coach former Bafana Bafana coach rather, and Hugo Bruce has selected his squad for the named his preliminary squad, Bafana Bafana squad for the AFCON qualifiers, which AFCON tournament, which is set to take place in Morocco next year, and first starting from the 21st of December 2025. The Bafana Bafana host Congo on the 7th of October at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium before traveling to Congo for the return fixture, which takes place in the same week on the 11th of October. Bafana Bafana's last two games will be away to Uganda, uh, and of course will welcome South Sudan at home, and to help determine whether or not they will get to qualify. Currently the 96 AFCON winners lie second on the table, ahead of behind Uganda, both sitting on 4 points, but only separated by goal difference. And kickoff is in less than 2 minutes between Kaiser Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns at the FNB Stadium. We're gonna share that game with you, the happenings as they transpire. On to our other news. Former Manchester United and former Real Madrid and Manchester United defender and Rafael Varane has announced his retirement from his retirement from professional football, after spending most time on the sidelines due to injuries. Now, the former French international has a World Cup and five UEFA Champions League winners. Champions League trophies, I beg your pardon, with his side in Real Madrid. As we look for the story, yeah, and he decided to call time on his career. In his story, in his tweet, uh, in his in his tweet, he did say They say all things must come to an end. All things must come to an end. He wrote in a post on Instagram. In my career, I've taken on many challenges. Okay, we're gonna try and find that again. Apologies. In my career, I've taken on many. In my career, I've taken on many challenges, and I'm over. They say all good things must come to an end. He wrote in an Instagram picture in my career, in an Instagram post. In my career, I have taken on many challenges. Rose to the occasion, rose to occasion after occasion. Almost all of it was supposed to be impossible. Incredible emotions, special moments, and memories that will last a lifetime. Reflecting on these moments, it is with immense pride and feeling of fulfillment that the the fulfillment that I'm announcing my retirement from the game we all love. The 31-year-old has cultivated a career that saw him win the 2018 FIFA World Cup, four Champions League trophies, three La Liga titles, and four Club World Cups, amongst other silverwares. The former France international went on to add that he wanted to finish his career on a high note, stating that I hold myself to the highest standard. I want to go out strong, not just holding on to the game, uh, not not just not just holding on to the game. He continued in his post on Instagram. It takes a big dose of courage to listen to your heart and your instinct. Desire and needs are two different things. I've fallen and risen 1,000 times, and all this and this time it's the moment to stop and hang out my boots with my final game winning a trophy at Wembley. After leaving United at the expiration when his contract expired, where he was part of that winning squad that won the FA Cup, beating Man City by 2 goals to one in June. The newly Veron joined newly promoted Serie A side Como 1907, which is managed by former Spaniard and Cesc Fabregas. He made his debut for the Coppa Italia encounter against Sampdoria, but was forced off after suffering a knee injury 23 minutes into the game. He did confirm that he will stay with his current side, but on a different capacity, and he goes on to say, "So a new life begins off the pitch." Uh, a new life begins off the pitch. Just without using my boots and shin pads, something I'm looking forward to sharing more moments about. Something looking forward to sharing more about soon. On to our next story. CAF President Dr. Petrus Motsepe has affirmed his commitment to to African football, stating that they aim to increase the prize money of the Chan tournament. We the Chan Tournament Championship of African Nations, which is also known as the African Nations Tournament, or you can call it Chan if you like. You can call it Chan if you like. In a recent interview, he did state that which discussed a wide range of topics to the on the African continent and his role within it. The 62-year-old received widespread praise for the work he has done since becoming CAF leader. He spoke about his commitment to growing the football in the continent. He believes in increasing competition. Prize money can be the only way to combat bribery and corruption. He said in a statement he did say every club that participated in the African Super League received $1 million, which is 17.3 million rand in South African rands, and rise and you are working to increase that amount. Raising money will help combat corruption and bribery in African football. He also touched on the challenges that African clubs face, with financing being at the top of the list. The main issue is financing. Our hope is that African leagues can one day compete at the same level as European leagues. Candidates will candidates who are eager to succeed the current president. Uh, one of the is one unclear at the moment, but it is reported that there are a few, namely Cameroon football president and Samuel Eto'o. However, it remains to be seen whether or not he will be re-elected for a second term. On to our other story, Premier League side, Manchester Supersport United have announced the signing of former Mamelodi Sundowns forward and Abu Bakar Nasir. Uh, Supersport United have confirmed that they have signed Abu Bakar Nasir on a 1 year deal. This was confirmed by his agent and Steve Kapulichnik, which he revealed to a newspaper that his players signed. And this came after Mangoba Ngate discussed how Nasir may be training at Supersport. After Mangoba discussed how Nasir may be training at Supersport United. Now, the agent stated that a deal has been finalized and that the Ethiopian has moved from neighbors. Uh, Now, the agent has stated that a deal has been finalized and that he has moved from. Okay, we just working to get the story, which we just got back. In a statement made by his agent, the statement reads: he has signed there for 1 season. He's at SuperSport United right now. He is their player. He confirmed to Soccer Duma earlier this season. The former Brazilian's coach Rolando Mugwana indicated that the Ethiopian was no longer with the Brazilians, but the player returned to training with the Gauteng team and was part of the side that took to Austria for pre-season camp. On Tuesday, after Sundowns beat Morimo Gallants by 4 goals to 1, Coach Mangati did not confirm whether or not he had signed with the side. Premier League in the onto our other news. Mamelodi Sundown Premier League side Manchester City are said to be without midfielder and Rodri, who has been ruled out for the rest of the season following a damage to any ligament damage damage to a ligament in his right knee and has been ruled the Spaniard limped off during his side's all 2-2 draw against a 10-man Arsenal in a game which saw Leandro Trossard sent off after a second bookable offence. However, the club has not yes after some deliberation, coach Pep Guardiola has confirmed that the Spanish midfielder will be out for some time. African football governing body CAF has confirmed that Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania are expected to host the Chen tournament. Are expected are going to host the upcoming tournament, the first to be hosted in East Africa and the first to be co-hosted by 3 nations, not just co-hosted by 2 but 3 nations. We've had tournaments co-hosted, namely the AFCON, the FIFA World Cup, just to mention a few, with the next World Cup said to be co-hosted by 3 nations, namely in United States of America, the USA, Mexico, and Canada. In a statement, the three states in a statement made, the 3 hosts of the competition have secured automatic qualification and will be among the 19 participating nations from the respective CAF zones. Zones WAFO A, B, UNAF, UNIFAG, and COSAFA will each have 3 teams. The SECAFA zone, which includes the 3 host countries, will receive an additional slot due to their automatic qualification as hosts. CAF has confirmed in a statement's website. Despite being guaranteed spot at Chen, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania will participate in qualifiers, while the team with the best result in SECAFA qualifiers will also claim a place in the final tournament. On to our results. from that we go to our results, and that's all we have when as far as our stories are concerned. On to our new results, getting back to the 21st of September, where we saw our last league game. We Marima Gallants won by 2 goals to nil, with goals coming from the long-time serving Golden Arrows forward and Knox Mutizwa and Duduzo Smia. Makesi FC falling short to neighbors Polokwane City by 2 goals to nil. Super Sport United and Royal AM could not be separated. Chippa United playing to a goalless draw. The So Chippa United winning by that odd goal against Richards Bay. Polokwane Orlando Pirates proved too strong for Orlando Pirates proved too strong for Polokwane City at the Orlando Stadium, beating Polokwane City by 3 goals to nil, with goals from Monapole Saleng and of course substitute and Evidence Mahupo scored 2 injury time goals. Mamelodi Sundowns match 4-1 victors over Marimo Gallants. Royal AM and Richards Bay could not be separated, playing to a goalless draw. Tuesday we saw Ranga Chivaviro, new signings in Ranga Chivaviro, Inacio Miguel and Gaston Sirona getting on the sheet in Amazulu to give Kaya Chiefs 3-1 win over Amazulu Golden Arrows, and fell short to Makesi FC to give Makesi FC their first win of the season, after a game that would had to take place a day later after the night game had to be the game. Now this game was Wednesday, however it had to be moved to Thursday, which took place. It had to be moved to Thursday at 12 p.m. due to a blackout that took place the at the stadium in at Hammersdale, Mpumalanga Stadium in Hammersdale. Stelies winning by 3 goals to nil against Cape Town City, with goals from Fawaz Basadine, Andre De Jong, and Sanela Barnes. Skuguni United and Chippa United played to 1-1 draw, while Super Sport United's Etios Etiosa Egat Terence to the match, I beg your pardon, won by, it was the difference between TS Galaxy and Super Sport United by an odd goal. Here's what you can expect as far as the game's concerned. The game we're going to look into, Kaya Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, which is currently underway. We'll share that game with you in a moment. Currently underway. The game just kicked off 10 minutes in. It's currently goalless. Kaiser Chiefs versus take on Mamelodi Sundowns. Coconut United welcome Golden Arrows. Magesi FC take on Royal AM, looking to get a second win. Cape Town City welcome Super Sport United, while Marimo Gallants welcome Amazulu FC. Sunday sees Chiba United take on TS Galaxy. Richards Bay welcome Orlando Pirates at the Kings Willetini Stadium. Polokwane City take on Stellenbosch. Premier League fixtures results saw Chelsea win by 3 goals to nil, with a brace from Chelsea, with a brace from Nicholas Jackson and a late goal from Cole Palmer. Villa won by 3 goals to 1 over Wolves. Fulham beating Newcastle with the same scoreline of 3-1, while retainees Southampton and Ipswich Town could not be separated, winning by playing to a 1-0 draw. Another 3-1 scoreline between by Tottenham over brand neighbours Brentford. Leicester City and Everton also played to a 1-0 draw. Both sides are yet to taste victory. Liverpool too strong for Bournemouth. Goals from Luis Diaz and brace from Luis Diaz in the first half, and Darwin Núñez finding the net to make it 3-0 for Liverpool against Bournemouth. While despite dominating possession, Manchester United could not get it in the net, playing to a goalless draw against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Saw 8 goals on Sunday. Brighton playing Nottingham Forest, playing to a 2-2 draw at the Amex Stadium, while Manchester City and Arsenal Arsenal played to a 2-2 draw, a game that saw Leandro Trossard get sent off. uh, leaving many with unanswered questions. And despite a game of emotion, look, it's a game of emotions. It's a recent rivalry. It's a very intense encounter when these two teams meet. Here's what you can expect as far as this week's concerned. Karen, we just concluded United, we just concluded Manchester City and Newcastle, which played to a 1-0 draw. Chelsea welcome Brighton. Brentford take on West Ham. Everton welcome Palace. Arsenal entertain Leicester City. Nottingham Forest take on Fulham, while Liverpool travel to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Tomorrow we'll see Aston Villa travel to Ipswich Town, while Manchester United take on Tottenham Hotspur. Monday Night Football, we'll see Bournemouth welcome Southampton. Tuesday, UEFA Champions League football returns with RB Leipzig taking on Stade de Patois. Uh, VfB Stuttgart take on Sparta Prague. Borussia Dortmund welcomes Celtics, and PSV Eindhoven welcomes Sporting Lisbon. Slovan Bratislava take on Manchester City. Barcelona take on Young Boys. Bayer Leverkusen take on AC Milan. Inter Milan take on Sverna Zvezda. And Wednesday, we see Shakhtar take on Atalanta. Girona welcome Feyenoord. Atletico Madrid travel to Lisbon to face Benfica, while Bologna will visit Anfield to take on Liverpool. Leipzig entertain Juventus. Lille travel to host Real Madrid. Storm Graz take on Club Brugge. And Aston Villa will face Bayern Munich in a repeat of the 1982 UEFA Champions League final, which was won by Aston Villa back then. Dinamo Zagreb will welcome French side Monaco. On to our exclusive as far as the Mamelodi Sundowns, Kyle Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, which is currently underway, goalless. It remains. We see now onto our records. Peter Shalulile has the highest goal scorer. Now these are the stats here. They are all here, and they have been highlighted some very important information, like Sundowns are unbeaten against Kaizer Chiefs in 9 matches. Kaizer Chiefs have not won against the champions and at the FNB Stadium since the 1st of April 2017. Most goals are from Peter Shalulile with 7 in all competitions, and Sundowns have not lost any of those matches. Sundowns netted 20 goals, while Kaizer Chiefs have found the net just 7 times. The last Sundowns emerged victorious to clinch their 7th Premier League title last season, which gave Sundowns their Kaizer Chiefs their biggest defeat in the PSL era. On a head-to-head stats, the sides have met 109 times. With Kaizer Chiefs claiming 41 wins and Sundowns claiming 35. 32 wins have been 32 games have ended in draws. Sundowns got Pirates Sundowns still trailed by goals, with Sundowns having scored 117 goals. Kaizer Chiefs have scored 124 goal, 117 goal. Kaizer Chiefs have scored 124, while Sundowns have scored 117. Recently, we saw in the last head-to-head fixtures matches played, we saw Kaizer Chiefs play. These two teams have met 32 times, with Sundowns having a slight one game edge, winning 13 games against Kaizer Chiefs' 12, with 7 games ending in a draw. In the last meetings, we saw Kaizer Chiefs losing by 2-1 in 2018, 2019, and lost during the COVID era. They lost by an odd goal, which was scored by Gaston Sereno. The last game, in the other game, 2020, during the COVID, you saw 3-0 win, and the opening fixture between the two teams, 3-0 fixture in which Peter Shalulile scored in. One was played. The other one was played in 2021-2022, which was a 1-0 draw. While Neo Maema was the difference in the game 2022-2023. And the last one dating back to June, April, May, early May, before the season closed, to give Sundowns their 7th successive league title, finished in a 5-1 win. By far, Sundowns has closed biggest defeat, Kaiser Chiefs' biggest defeat in the PSL era. And that's all we have time for. Please like and subscribe. This is All Things Football. My name is Apiwe Roto. Apologies for the delay. We'll be back again next week to give you the MTN 8 final exclusive and the results. Enjoy the football, enjoy the show. Take care of yourselves and each other. Let's give it a name and call it a day. Cheers.